Today you see a brand new knit dress that I made. It's supposed to be sporty, but I've made it less sporty. I've changed a little bit the neckline and lengthened it. Easy, easy, makes it more versatile. And I have some fun sewing plans to share with you today. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing. And today I have a neat dress to share with you. It's brand new. This is a pattern I have already made when it was released last year. Almost exactly a year ago, the 2nd of July was when the Clearwater Swim Essentials was released at Love Notions. This is a super cool pattern with amazing value because it's basically got 5 patterns in one. You have a tennis dress, which is really cool. It's got a sweetheart neckline on the front. The back neckline is a little lower. It's sort of a square neckline. It's finished with a sports bra on the inside. It's sleeveless, so that gives you really nice support. It's got princess seams from the front and the back, slightly A-line, a little bit short. You can also do the same thing as a tankini, just as a shorter top. You have shorties with pockets on the side. You have swim briefs, or you can sew the sports bra separately. So quite a few options there. This is the Feature Friday pattern, but it's not a Feature Friday pattern, it's a feature weekend. Basically, this pattern is going to be $6 along with a brand new version for girls, Clearwater Essentials for little girls in sizes 2 to 16. This is a brand new pattern that's been released. It's got all the same features except for some sewing techniques are a little bit different here. You still have the sports bra as an option, but the armholes are not finished with a burrito method like the women's version. Tiny pieces. How would you be doing burrito rolls, right? So these are finished with elastic that's sewn onto the edge and then folded back. Very clear instructions. And then there's a new course that's been released today as well, showing you how to sew these. This course will be helpful for both the women's and the girls version. So that is something that's new. And for this weekend, if you purchase the course, you can choose to get the women's or the girls version pattern included in your purchase. If you have already purchased the women's version when it was released last year, you would have gotten an email from Love Notions with a code to get you a discount on the course if you wanted to purchase the course now. At the top of the comment section, you'll find my affiliate link and all the links that you need to get the girls version, the women's version, the course. If you do end up purchasing something, I do receive a small commission back from Tammy, who owns Love Notions. It doesn't cost you anything extra to do that, though. It's just one way that you can support the work that I do here on YouTube. So if you want to take this opportunity this weekend to grab these amazing patterns for $6 each and the course, go ahead, you won't regret it. It's such great value, and I've never actually been too happy with what they sell out there. I find it too revealing, and so just the possibility of making my own things to wear to the pool, to the beach, I think is amazing. I want to show you the versions I made last year very briefly. I made 2 tankini and shorty sets. Love those. They both have sports bras in there. I don't need anything. These fabrics are actually matte athletic knits, so I can use them out in the street, for the gym, in the water. They're very versatile fabrics. They are both very heavy fabrics, bordering around the 12-ounce weight, 88% polyamide, 12% spandex. Very nice. I've got one black and white version and another snake print version. Very nice. I love how they turned out. The structure of those fabrics are amazing. And so I'm always looking for top quality when I'm purchasing these types of fabrics. I don't want flimsy fabrics that are going to just wither over time and get flimsy and stretch out and be sort of see-through. I'm not looking for that. So if it takes me a while to find the fabric, I would rather get top quality. So I'm very happy with that. I made one swim brief last year that I wear under my dress. I'm not going to model that obviously, but I did show it last year. It's fully lined, very fun technique as well. And then I made a dress. I've just modeled that dress for you in the rain because it was raining a couple minutes ago. So let's see that dress. And from that same dress is where I'm making my new one, just with a few changes. It's actually raining right now, but this is the Clearwater dress that I made last year. This one's 2 3/4 inches longer than the original version. Otherwise, it would be extremely mini for me. I'm just a little bit taller, but it's a really nice structured fabric. It's a swim fabric. It's matte, not shiny at all. And I think the fit is outstanding. I have my little shorties underneath with pockets and everything. Sneakers. I have actually worn this out for a couple of walks when it was hot, and it's really nice. I'm getting drenched right now. Depends on your height, how short this will be. It's supposed to be short because it's a sports tennis dress or whatnot. But, you know, yeah, the original length would have been up to here, which is a little bit much. The neckline is finished with the sports bra underneath. I have swim and mesh underneath. No foam bra cups, just the two layers. And I think it's fine. It's comfortable. Also finishes the armhole. And to make it stronger, it's got a clear elastic in the seam on the armholes and the neckline. So it's not going to deform and stretch out. I think it's pretty bounce proof. Although I wouldn't be jogging in a dress usually, but it's okay for this type of support. Love that dress. I think the fabric is so nice. It's very heavy fabric, matte, perfect swim fabric, but it doesn't just have to be swim. You can also wear it out because it's not shiny. So I always love finding fabrics like that. I think the sports bra coverage is perfect. Now, this time I wanted to make a dress that was just a regular dress, not a sports dress. Although it could, but I just wanted a regular dress. So the changes I wanted to make was not have a sports bra because in the instructions, there's no other way to finish this neckline and armholes but to do the burrito method with the sports bra. So I wanted a regular dress to wear with my regular bra. So I'm going to do binding around the neckline. I also wanted it longer. So I chose an amazing fabric. Let me show you. Let me show you this fabric here. It's so, so nice. It's the same composition as the fabrics I've been talking about before. Only it's a little bit softer. It's just an amazing fabric with great stretch horizontally and vertically, very structured, amazing for this type of design. So I wanted this for a going out dress or even a dress to wear to church or wear with sneakers or whatever, you know. So let me show you a little bit of the process because I did change the neckline and the armhole technique and I think it could be useful if you wanted to make this a regular dress without a sports bra underneath. So let's see. I want to show you how I'm lengthening the Clearwater dress so that it makes sense. It's A-line. I want to keep lengthening in the same angle. So you can see the paper here. This is the original length of size large here. The dress I made last year goes up to here. And I'd lengthened here 2 3/8 of an inch already, 6 centimeters. It's still a short dress and it's a sporty dress, that's fine. But the dress I want to make this year, I want to make it wearable to just wear like a regular dress outside. So I'm going to add a further 3 inches. So from this length right here, in total here, I've got 5 3/8 extra. And I just keep going. I put my ruler here and I just keep going down the same angle. There and there. This is a curved shape. So I measure the same distance from here to there, from there to there, all of that. And I have drawn my extra. This is including hem allowance. And now this is going to be my piece. There's 4 pieces on the dress. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with all the pieces. I think this dress has lots of potential to just be worn as a regular dress. It's such a cute style. It doesn't necessarily have to be for swimming or for sports. I mean, it can be a regular dress as well. That's what I want to do this time. So I'm just going to trim away the excess. This neckline has a little bit of a sweetheart shape going on. It still continues with the side front piece right there. And this is finished with a sports bra, so I would have a second layer, sew them and then flip them. But I want this to be a regular dress without the sports bra in there. So I'm going to help myself by making this easier and I'm just going to round this out so I can just finish the neckline with binding. If I have that shape, it just makes binding harder. So from the middle right there, I've drawn a dot about 3/4 of an inch higher. So I'm going to draw 5/8 of an inch to each side, flattish there. And then I'm going to round it out. So I'm going to pick a number here on my curved ruler so I can do it the same both ways. It looks sort of strange, but I am going to smooth this out. So my neckline is going to be a little rounder there instead of having that shape on the front. I was already cutting this front piece. When I got to this part, look, I've even cut on the sides here and there. I was just about to cut the neckline when I thought about doing this. So I'm thankful I wasn't rushing it and I had time to think about modifying this neckline at the very last minute.
The binding pieces don't come with a Clearwater because that's not the way it's finished. It's finished with a bra inside. And for the little girl's version, it's finished with a bra inside for the neckline, and for the armholes, it's with elastic that you fold back. I don't want to do any of those options, so I'm cutting my own binding. I measured my armhole here, circumference, but not at the edge of the fabric, 3/8 of an inch away, which is where I'm going to sew the binding. And that gives me a total of 54 centimeters. Now I am going to be using centimeters because it just makes more sense and I can't deal with the fractions. So 54 centimeters. I want to do my binding 88% of that because that's what I think is good for the weight of this fabric. So 0.88 gives me 47.5 plus one more for seam allowance, so 48.5. So that's what I've measured here, 48.5 up to there. And I have two of them. Now this measurement here, what I like for the binding is 1.5 inches or 4 centimeters. So those are my two binding pieces there for the armholes. And the neckline, I measured the whole circumference of the neckline as well. Again, 3/8 away from the cut edge right there. And it gave me 100 centimeters, which is a meter. So easy maths there because 100 times 88 is 88, right? So that's the length of the binding for my neckline that I have there. And it keeps going all to the edge here. I'm using scraps left from making the dress, so I'm very happy I can get it without having to piece the pieces. For my binding pieces, I'm serging one of the long ends. Any of the sides doesn't matter, and the other side is going to be left raw. This binding is going to be flipped to the inside, and I just don't want that raw edge right there. I'm going to sew all these little bindings with my sewing machine. I prefer that because then I can open the seam and it's less bulky around the binding. I'm using my 1/4 inch presser foot. Like with any band or binding, I've placed it right sides together. I divided my binding in 4, divided my armhole in 4 and pinned it. So this is 1/4. You can see the binding is slightly shorter and I'm going to have to stretch it to match. That's going to prevent the armhole from gaping and it's going to keep it nice and close to the body. So now I'm just sewing it on the round. I'm using a shallow zigzag and I'm using 3/8 seam allowance. I'm stretching my binding slightly as I go to match the length I have underneath. I'm using a 3/8 seam allowance, which is the width that will be visible for the binding. I'm sewing the binding to the back neckline and you can see where these seams join here at the back, similar at the front right there. So I'm just going to make sure the seam allowance is going to the correct side and I'm just going to keep binding as per usual. So I've got my pin here. I know how much I have to stretch for this section. And here I'm going to go over the seam and I'm just going to pretend it's a straight area. So there are 4 sections like this. It's the same. I'm just going to extend it and just keep binding. This method, the binding was sewn right sides together, I've stretched it, everything. And now all I have to do is extend it and just wrap it around the seam allowance. It was 1.5 inches. It's enough to do that and have a tiny little bit left over so that when I come from the right side and stitch in the ditch right there, I'm going to be catching the binding on this side. So I do this by hand basting. Look, this is the neckline. I've already hand basted it. I have already hand basted this other armhole so that then I can just relax, no pins. This is a little bit slippery, so I can just go and sew right in there with my shallow zigzag, catch the binding, and that's how this binding is going to be finished. It looks super discreet. Now, if you're wondering about these type corners right here, I think they're going to be okay. I just treated it as it was a rounded piece. I did nothing different there. Here is my brand new dress. I love this fabric so much. I still have some left, so I'm really happy with that. My neckline doesn't have that shape as the original dress because I thought that would be just a little trickier to bind, so I just rounded it. It ended up coming up a little higher, but that is absolutely fine. This is not up to my neck. It's just a little higher than the original. And I just bound around these edges, no drama. It turned out perfect. The back neckline is a little lower
and it's the same. So nice. It was very easy to do this binding. It took a little while, but the finish is so neat, stitched in the ditch, and I love it. It brings the armhole in, there's no gaping anywhere. It's very, very nice. And you know, I always serge the edge that's in there so it doesn't end up totally raw. I sewed everything with the serger directly. My seams are in there with green thread. The main construction of the dress took a few minutes. It's just the binding that took a little longer. I have my hem. Let me show you this from the inside. Such a gorgeous dress. I love the silhouette because it's fitted around here where it has to be, but then you have a little bit of space at the waist and it's sort of A-lined. Lengthening it the amount that I needed, which turned out to be 5 3/8 from the original length, is perfect for me. It's right above my knee where I wanted it to be. So that's how it looks like on the inside. Very neat, no sports bra. Princess seams that come from up here. So nice. The fit is amazing. Princess seams on the back as well, as you can see right there. Great experience, love making it. I've been able to style it quite a few ways. You'll see how versatile this dress is going to be for me, and I love this color. So let's see.
This is my new Clearwater dress from Love Notions. I made a few changes to make this an everyday dress that I could dress up or down. It's not necessarily a sporty dress, but it is actually the same pattern. It's a size large standard bust. It's 5 3/8 longer than the original so that it's a length I can wear out. You can see it's nice and fitted at the bust, but then it's got some space at the waist. I did take in those back princess seams a little bit to follow my shape. Love this A-line shape of the skirt, and check out this athletic knit. That print is so beautiful. Love that green background. Now I don't have a sports bra here, so I modified this neckline to be rounded, and I finished the armholes and neckline with binding. Very easy technique, and that allows me to wear my regular bra. As I said, this is a regular dress. It's not meant to be finished with a sports bra. So I did change that. The back sort of looks the same. The front just looks a little more rounded. And I love those princess seams that come from above the bust. I think the fit is so nice. The coverage on my armholes, the neckline is great, and I love this dress so much. I mean, the Clearwater, yeah, it can be a tennis dress or a sport dress. I have made one of those, but this one to wear out is going to be also amazing. Now let's see some toppers. I have this green linen jacket that goes perfectly with the dress. It's a little sporty because it's got some gathering at the waist, very nice details on the jacket, and it goes beautiful over the dress. I usually wear belts when I wear jackets and dresses. Not in this case. I think it looks absolutely fine. The volume of the skirt is not a lot. It goes really well with this silhouette, and I'm really happy to have it. I could swap the nice shoes and just put sneakers, and then another bag would make it totally sporty as well. Now, this was a little bit more dressy. I grabbed a ready-to-wear 100% linen blazer I bought in a sale. I could not pass it up. It's got a simple lapel and it goes beautifully over this dress as well. The length of the jacket and the ease, perfect. So lots of options to dress it up or just use it casual. I'm so happy when I was looking at items to go with the dress. I found so many, so that makes my day. You've probably seen my sleeveless metra hack about 1 billion times because it literally goes over everything. This is a scuba stretch suede fabric that I left raw. Lapels of the metra beautiful, sleeveless, it's all very nice. And of course it was going to look amazing over this dress. There is no black in the print of the dress, but I think bringing all the accessories black, it makes total sense as well. Love it. And I left the fun sporty look for last. I grabbed some really fun leather sneakers that are so nice with my denim jacket, a blue bag to go with the denim. And I think the colors go beautifully and so does the style. So you can see you can make a regular dress out of the Clearwater swim essentials as well.
I wish my little nieces were around me so I could have sewn them swim garments for this pattern release. I would have loved that, but they are thousands and thousands of kilometers away. Yeah, I just don't have access to them right now. And I've made the mistake in the past of asking my mom or my sister-in-law to measure them. They don't sew, so I do not trust the measurements. They've always been wrong some way. I can't sew for them by being far away and just hoping for the best. When I'm able to be with them, I already have the fabric. So let me show you the first one. This is the same type of fabric as my blue dress. It's just got a little bit of a different print. So there's a few leaves in there. The color of this pink, the tone of it is perfect. They have similar coloring to me, the skin tone. So I think this would be perfect for them. I think this is enough for two of them. One of my nieces is 5, the other one's 7, the other one's 11. I think my 11-year-old niece is getting to the point where I'm not going to make them the same thing anymore. Like when they were really small, they really enjoyed dressing the same. I think she's getting a little bit old for that. So I think these would be for the two smaller nieces. And what I want to make for them is the shorties and the tankini. I think that would be adorable. And they would be well covered up, nice and modest and cute, so they can enjoy their swimming lessons. They do get swimming lessons in the summer. They spend the whole summer going to a pool and learning how to swim. So I think that would be awesome for them. And then for my older niece, I have this other one. I think blue and red really suits her. And this is really cute. Look, it's so nice. Now, there's a sticker there that tells you all the information about the fabric. I think that is so useful. So I know that this is 300 GSM, which is about 11 ounce, 78% polyamide, 22% spandex. So that is so helpful for me. I love knowing that exact composition of fabrics. I love sharing it with you so that you can know. And this one also has a sticker. This one's slightly heavier, 350 GSM, which would be around 12 ounce. And the same type of blend though, just a little heavier. I have saved these two fabrics for them. I'm not going to use them for me. I think they're going to be adorable. I mean, yeah, adorable. If I can find a pink fabric that matches that, I would like to make shorties that contrast as well. That would be cool. Now, the other thing that this pattern would work for is just to make them regular shorties out of cotton lycra for everyday wear. My 11-year-old niece, she does cross country. And so I would love to make her some running shorts. That would be amazing. And just to wear every day, you know, made out of cotton lycra, that would be cool. And it would work perfect, the little pockets there. So I'm really excited. I'm just sad I wasn't able to do it for them and show you them because I know they're going to be adorable. If you have little girls around you, it would be such a fun project. And I know when I get to it, I'm going to really enjoy it. Have a go at the Clearwater dress and make it as a regular dress. You know, there's no rule that says you have to use athletic fabric or swim fabric. It's a well-fitting knit dress that could be made out of other knit fabrics. I would make this with double brush poly, with ITY. I would make it even as a nightie, and I would use some of my ugly rayon spandex. You know, there's so many possibilities with this one. So it's not just a tennis dress. It can be more than that. I hope I was able to demonstrate that today with my green dress. I absolutely love how it turned out. That's all from me. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you next week on this channel for more sewing. See you then. Bye.